So I want to do a quick video about landing helicopters in general, but specifically the Hind. So the most important thing in landing is your climb rate, your descent rate. Right here, this is life. Keep one eye on that and one eye out the window, and you'll be fine. One of the rules is you want to make sure that your descent rate never goes over 3 meters per second, and then when you're on the about the last 15 feet or so, I'm going to recommend that you start keeping it down to 2 until you get used to things, right? And then you can adjust. You'll get more comfortable with it, and as you learn where that stalls at and your height, you're going to be able to adjust that the way that you need. Now, if you need to lose a lot of height there, you can drop down on the approach. You can lose a lot. That's okay. But what I mean is when you start getting close, that's where you want to start watching that 3 meters. That 3 meter rule, rather. That's the main thing, especially on the Hind, because she's a big brick with little small wings. And she doesn't like being stationary, really, and she doesn't like losing a lot of altitude or gaining a lot of altitude, either way. You can go into those hockey stops if you're not careful, if you pull too much on the stick. So on your approach, just start controlling the amount of descent that you have. Here I'm going to go ahead and start motorboating, and that's kind of perfect. Let me get the amount of sink rate right. There we go. Now I'm going to do my last trim, and that's going to help the whole landing process. You do one trim as you start getting close. Do your adjustment. I'd probably have done that a little bit sooner, but really it still work out. So now you're just kind of motorboating in. I'm slowing down, pulling the nose up to get a little less. Gear down. See, I caught it there. Alright. Now we're just going to slowly. I know it looks a little slow and tedious, but that's what you want at first. As you get better and you start doing combat landings, more and more over and over, you'll be able to get this landing done much quicker. But there you go. You want to just kind of motorboat in, get that last little trim, and just kind of glide right in that last little bit, set down. But this right here is life in this helo. Keep this thing at about 2 meters for that last 15 to 20 feet. I'm telling you, if you do that, you're going to stick your landing, you're going to be okay. It's going to be a little bit slow, and it's going to feel a little bit slow motion, but man, it's worth it to save the mission, to save the troops, to save whatever, and not stall out and nose in like it happens so often in the Hind. But yes, if you'll just keep practicing that over and over, I promise you, you'll be able to come in and do the little kick out, flip around, whiz around the base, drop down real fast and land and impress everybody. It just takes a little practice and understanding of your glide path and what the helo is wanting to do and what it's capable of. And it's just so big and heavy. If you start descending too much, it just cannot control that. There's just not enough rotor going on to fix that issue, like with other helos, where you can just come in like the Huey and just wait till the last moment and stop everything and then just drop down like you meant to do that. That's just one thing that's not going to happen with the Hind, but you can look pretty impressive, and you can put it down on any spot that you want once you get used to that. So just keep those things in mind. Sink rate, one eye on that, one eye out the window, and I promise you're going to be alright. Alright guys, happy hunting and have an awesome day. Later.